You work hard, you saved every penny. You did your homework, dreamed about it, pictured the perfect bike sitting in your garage. Now, everything seems ready to go ... But what if I told you that what looks like a dream come true could actually turn into a financial nightmare? What most people aren't seeing is that the game has changed, and it changed fast. New taxes, hidden fees, and inflated prices are catching buyers off guard. Imagine dropping $10, $12, even $15,000, only to realize later you overpaid for something that's now worth way less. That's exactly what's happening quietly across the US, and many people won't realize it until it's too late. The truth is, the motorcycle market has turned into a trap dressed up like an opportunity. Dealerships are still throwing promotions. Flashy ads are everywhere. But the reality behind the scenes is very different, and if you're not paying attention, you could end up losing more than just money. You might even lose that amazing feeling of freedom that riding was supposed to bring, replaced by the regret of making a rushed decision. So here's the real question. Is it still a good time to buy a bike? Or would it be smarter to hit the brakes and wait for the right moment? Stick with me, because the answer could save your wallet and your dream. Over the past year, a wave of new taxes has swept across the US, hitting motorcycle buyers harder than ever. States like California, New York, and Illinois have introduced extra fees on top of the regular sales tax. And it's not just small change. Registration costs, environmental fees, and even new insurance surcharges are quietly stacking up. What used to be a simple price tag is now loaded with hidden expenses most buyers don't expect. In some areas, the final cost of a bike has jumped by 8% to 15%, depending on where you live. That means a $10,000 bike could easily end up costing you $11,500 or more once everything is added up without any warning. Dealerships are feeling it too. Many are forced to raise prices or add fees just to survive. And because inventory is tighter, there's less room for negotiation. The crazy part? Most ads and listings still show the base price, giving buyers a false sense of security. The real sticker shock only hits when you sit down to sign the papers. If you're not prepared, that dream deal could turn into a very expensive surprise. But don't worry, there's still a way to ride smart through this storm. Let's get real for a second. When you add up the new taxes, higher registration fees, environmental surcharges, and pricier insurance rates, the gap between what you think you're paying and what you're actually paying gets huge. A bike listed at $10,000 might end up costing you closer to $12,000 once all the fees are factored in. And if you're financing, the pain gets even worse with interest applied on top of those hidden costs. Insurance companies are adjusting premiums too, especially in states with stricter environmental regulations. That affordable bike can quickly turn into a long-term drain on your budget if you're not careful. Let's break it down even more. Imagine financing a $10,000 bike at 7% interest over 5 years. Now tack on an extra $2,000 in hidden fees. You're not financing $10,000 anymore. You're financing $12,000. That's hundreds of extra dollars in interest alone, just thrown out the window. And it's not just about money. It's about peace of mind. No one wants to sit on a beautiful new machine while feeling trapped under a financial burden. The dream of freedom on two wheels should feel like freedom, not like adding a ball and chain to your life. But if you know what to look for, there are still ways to ride smart, even in times like this. Here's the good news. There's still a smart way to buy a motorcycle, but you need to move carefully. Some dealerships still have leftover inventory from 2023 and early 2024 models that weren't hit as hard by the new taxes. These bikes might come with better pricing, incentives, or discounts that could save you thousands compared to buying brand new 2025 models. Another trick? Look for dealerships that are eager to move older inventory to make room for new stock. They might be more flexible on prices, offer bonus accessories, or help you dodge extra fees if you know how to negotiate. And don't sleep on slightly used bikes. 1 or 2-year-old motorcycles, often with low mileage, can offer insane value right now, avoiding the worst of the tax hikes while still feeling practically new. The key is to shop smart, not fast. Do your homework, check the build dates, and always ask for the full out-the-door price before getting too excited. Timing matters more than ever. If you can catch a good deal now, especially on older stock, it might be the perfect opportunity to ride away without getting crushed by all the new costs. But if nothing feels right, don't force it. Sometimes the best move is simply waiting, and that can be a winning strategy too. If the current prices feel too heavy, you're not alone, and you're not out of options. Waiting could actually be the smartest financial move you make this year. Experts predict that by late 2025 or early 2026, we'll see market corrections. Dealerships sitting on high-priced inventory might be forced to offer deeper discounts, promotions, and better financing options just to stay competitive. Manufacturers are also adjusting their production strategies. As supply chains normalize, more inventory will flood the market, giving buyers more leverage and better choices. In simple terms, if you can hold off, you might end up paying less for a better bike later. Plus, you'll have a wider selection, lower insurance rates, and fewer hidden fees bundled into the deal. Of course, if you absolutely need a motorcycle now, maybe for commuting or personal reasons, don't panic. Just make sure you're buying smart, staying within your budget, and focusing on real value instead of shiny marketing. Remember, impatience is expensive. Good things really do come to those who wait, especially when markets are shifting as fast as they are right now. Sometimes the strongest move is knowing when to hold back and when to strike. Timing isn't just important on the racetrack. It matters just as much when you're investing in your next ride. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing: control. The best time to buy a motorcycle isn't when the market pressures you. It's when you're ready, confident, and informed. If you find a great deal today that fits your budget and makes sense long-term, go for it. Ride with pride, knowing you made a smart move despite the chaos. But if today's numbers feel wrong, trust that feeling. Waiting is not a loss. It's a strategy. In just a few months, patience could turn into big savings and better options. Freedom has always been the spirit of motorcycling. And real freedom means choosing the right moment, on your terms, not the market's. So be smart, be patient, and when the right bike comes along, you'll know it's time to ride full throttle, no regrets. If this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe for more real talk about motorcycles, and share it with anyone you know who's thinking about buying. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the road.